Hey everyone, my name is Max Denley and I'm from Get Real. I use the pronouns he and him. I went to Acadia University in Nova Scotia. I'm a musician, an animal lover, and an athlete. I also happen to be transgender. So what is being trans? Simply put, it's when who you are in your head and your heart doesn't match the label you've been given by society due to the body that you're born with. So when I was born, for the first 19 years of my life, people thought that I was a girl because of the body I was born with, where inside I wasn't. I was a boy the whole time, I just didn't know it yet. I always had a really hard time feeling like I fit in. I always fit in better with the guys, but there was still some distance because I wasn't a guy. In social situations, I always felt really awkward, like there was something wrong with me. I was really depressed through most of high school. Looking back now, life as a girl doesn't make any sense to me. This is who I am, and I can't imagine trying to force myself to be anyone else. I can't picture myself as a girl. That life never made sense to me. It still doesn't. If you ask me, I was a boy the whole time. People just didn't realize it yet. Realizing that I was trans was kind of like that light bulb moment for me. Realizing that I'd always been a boy and that's why I had so much trouble in the past was scary at first, but also inspiring, because I realized I wasn't trapped. There was something I could do about this. There was a way that I could be happier for the rest of my life. If you have friends who are questioning their gender identity or coming out as trans, there's a few things you can do to help them feel more comfortable. One is to call them by the name and pronouns they ask you to. It hurts not to be recognized as who you are. Words may not seem to be a big deal in your life because your identity isn't questioned day in and day out, but words make a huge difference for a trans person. Don't ask somebody what their real name is. If somebody's introduced themselves and told you their name, then that's their name. It doesn't matter what their documentation says. There may be a name on that they don't identify with at all. It's never your job to out someone as trans or share information about them or their past, unless they've given you specific permission. In certain circumstances, being outed can be very dangerous for trans people. Sometimes I get asked if I've had the surgery. If you want to know more about transgender surgeries, you can look them up online, but just remember that it's not something that everyone has access to or even wants. Someone's body is their own, and what surgeries they have, haven't had, or want is of no one else's concern. Transgender people are just normal people. We want to live our lives just like you. We want to be accepted for who we are. Nobody questions you, how do you know you're a boy, how do you know you're a girl? And I don't think anybody should be questioned about that. If someone's telling you, they probably know. Same thing goes for if you see someone in a washroom and you're not sure if they're in the right one. Leave it alone. They probably know better than you do. Remember that there's no single way to be or express a gender. People of any gender can wear and look however they want, and that does not invalidate their identity. People often ask me why I do this, why I come to these presentations and out myself as trans. If I can reach and touch even one person, then that'll make this worth it for me. I lived 19 years pretty out of place and unhappy, and I wasn't ready to live the next 19 that way. I didn't choose to be transgender, just like I didn't choose the color of my skin, my height, or my shoe size. I'm just choosing to live the rest of my life in a way that's going to make me happier and more comfortable than I was before. And remember that being yourself is worth it.